Again. Hi there, this is me again, Mr. Zamora, and I am here to explain 7v7. Identify linear and nonlinear functions. Okay, this is a pretty easy exercise, but it is also important to understand it. Sometimes we have graphs, sometimes we have equations, and we need to identify when that graph or equation implies a linear or nonlinear function. Okay, as the name says, linear functions are functions that they have a straight line. Okay, so this has a curve, so this is not a linear function because it has a curve. So this is a non-linear function. So we're going to choose nonlinear and submit. Wonderful. This has a straight line. So all the graphs that you see that have a straight line, they imply a linear function. Okay? So we choose linear and fantastic. Okay? You see a lot of curves in here, so it's non-linear. So this is the easy part that we can say. So we see a straight line, we choose non-linear. Okay? Straight dots. If we join all these dots, we're going to draw a line, a straight line, and so it is going to be linear. This obviously is going to be non-linear. This is going to be linear. So I want to get to the part where I have to explain when we have an equation. Okay, this is a non-linear function. Okay, this is what I was talking about. Now we have equations. Okay, in order when we have equation, let me just paste it into a paint file. So if it is going to be a linear function, the function has to say something like y equals mx plus b. Remember, m can be any number, or even any fraction. Okay, it could be positive or it could be negative. B also can be any number or any fraction. Okay, so an example of this will be something like y equals 3x plus 4. Okay, this is a plus. Okay, plus 4. This is an example. Another example, it could be also negative numbers. Negative 1/3 x. It could be x, it could be f, it could be r, s, or whatever variable. It could be plus or minus, I don't know, 3. Okay, these are examples of linear functions. If we try to graph this function, we're going to find that the graph is going to have a negative, well, because this is negative, is going to have a negative slope, and it is going to be something like this. Okay, it's supposed to be a straight line. Okay, this has a square root. So when we have a square root of the variable, it is a non-linear function. Okay, also sometimes we have x divided by 2 or 7 plus x divided by 3. So it is the same as saying 7/3. This is a 3, okay, of x, or 7/3 multiplied by x. Okay, so in this case, it is also a linear function, But when the x is below, I mean when the x is the denominator, so for example 1x, this is a non-linear function, okay? This is a non-linear function. Okay, so the x has to be above, or has to be the numerator. All right, so in this case we have a non-linear function. Okay, non-linear. We submit it, and brilliant. Okay, something else about these things. The x has to be, or needs to have the exponent 1. Okay, it is very important to know that the x has to have the exponent 1, which means elevated to the power of 1. Remember, when any number is elevated to the power of 1, is equals the same number, so we don't have to write it. It is implied. So if you see something like this, the x is actually or has an exponent of 1. Okay, so if you see any equation that has an exponent, for example x raised to the power of 2, or x raised to the power of 6, okay, these things are non-linear functions. Okay, these are non-linear. So if you see an exponent, it means that it is a non-linear function. If you don't see an exponent, it means that it has exponent of 1, and it implies that it is a linear function. Okay, so in this case we don't see any exponent right here, so it means that it is a linear function. These are the functions that we have been working on. We have been working on linear functions, no exponents. Okay, so we choose linear function, and that's it. So far we have answered 10 questions. I can keep going like with 2 or more questions in case that you get because IXL gives you random problems from easier to hardest, but I want to continue at least 2 or 3 more. So if you see an exponent of a variable, this is obviously a non-linear function. Remember, the variable shouldn't be the exponent. So non-linear, we submit it. Okay, we have a variable and it doesn't have an exponent, so we choose linear function. You can say, hey, but what about the plus b? I mean the plus any other number. Remember, when we don't have a number, it means that it is plus 0. Okay, so it is a linear function. Okay, 2 more. Okay, it is raised to the power of 5, so it obviously is a non-linear function. And this is going to be the last one. Okay, x, no exponent, so it is a linear function. Okay, and that's it. This is everything you have to do. Okay, just in case you're curious about this, it has an exponent of 2. It is going to be a non-linear function. Okay, if you have any question, let me know via private message by Edmodo. And well, see you next video. Bye bye.